Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to what very well may be the busiest single day in Volleyball League of America history. We have got so much volleyball going on nationwide this whole weekend with 2 different Tier 1 regular season events, multiple Tier 2 events, so much volleyball, and you are in the right place for all of it. My name is Rob St. Clair. Welcome to Chicago. We are at Energy Volleyball Club just outside Chicago in Niles, the northern suburbs, for Central Division Men's Tier 1 regular season action. This is a matchup that everyone always looks forward to, the crosstown rivalry, the Chicago Icemen taking on the Chicago Sweed. These teams played in a regular season event just about 2 weekends ago. The Icemen went 4-0 that weekend, including a perfect 6-0 set record against their crosstown rivals. Just about finished up with warm-ups here. Should see a lot of familiar names, familiar faces if you're a VLA volleyball fan, if you watched a couple weeks ago, or if you're new, welcome. This is going to be great. So it will be the Chicago Icemen in blue on the far side of your screen against the Chicago Sweed in orange on the near side. Home game for Sweed. They are sponsored in part by Energy Volleyball Club. They practice here on this court, as you've probably seen on Instagram a bunch. We've got a unique, cool-looking bright green and blue court, which honestly, I kind of like it. And a pretty good crowd on hand as well. Got several courts, I think probably 6 courts worth of junior volleyball as well in the building, but the bleachers around featured court here pretty full for VLA regular season action. Teams are ready to go. We will introduce the squads and the starting lineups and get right to first serve in just a moment. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Energy Volleyball Club for Volleyball League of America Central Division regular season action, match number 1 of the weekend, featuring the Chicago Icemen in blue taking on the Chicago Sweed in orange and green. All right, everyone, say hi to your teams. Give them a warm welcome. About to put on a show for you this morning. Chicago crosstown rivalry. Want to encourage everyone, follow these 2 teams and follow the league on social media at VLA Volleyball. All games streaming live on YouTube, and check out the VLA website, volleyballleagueofamerica.com, for all the info on the league. Introducing the starting lineups. First, in dark blue for the Chicago Icemen, Give it up for a 6'1" setter from the Ohio State University, number 5, Sunil Thomas. A 6'3" outside hitter from Long Beach State University, number 7, Lewis Richard. A 6'4" outside hitter from Cal State Northridge, number 9, Dan Starkey. A 6'9" opposite from Lindenwood University, number 23, Colin Hackworth. A 6'6" middle blocker from Carthage College, number 14, Zach Bultice. A 6'8" middle blocker from Lindenwood University, number 22, Scott Sowicki. And a 5'10" libero from Quincy University, number 3, Colin Merck. The Icemen are managed by Tim Faulkner. And now in orange and green, the starting lineup for the Chicago Swede. Give it up for a 6'1" setter from Lakeland College, number 5, Jordan Smith. A 6'7" outside hitter from Purdue University, number 10, Chris Bulava. A 6'4" outside hitter from IPFW, number 11, Austin Neese. A 6'6" opposite from Northwestern University, number 27, Isaac Sachman. A 7-foot middle blocker from Park University, number 3, Paul Bolanzik. A 6'8" middle blocker from Loyola University Chicago, number 23, Mike Boduk. And a 6'1" libero from IPFW, number 4, Scott McNerney. Swede is coached by Tyler Boyce, managed by Jordan Smith. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Rob St. Clair with you live just outside Chicago for the second Central Division regular season event of the season. These teams, Chicago and Chicago, the Icemen on the far side in blue, taking on Sweed on the near side in orange, as well as Team Pineapple, which we'll see later on. These three teams all played each other just 2 weeks ago, and in the Crosstown Chicago rivalry, 2 matches, 6 sets, all won by the Icemen. We'll get into the history of this rivalry, but get comfortable. Let's get ready for some volleyball. Sunil Thomas, the outstanding setter for the Icemen, serving on the far side. And an immediate kill. Perfect swing. Austin Neese, number 11 in orange, came over from Team Pineapple to Swede this offseason, second team all VLA a year ago. Part of an increasingly deep and very talented outside hitter group for Swede, captain and managed by setter Jordan Smith, who serves here on the near side. Rotation 1 received for the Icemen. Hackworth, the opposite, gets the ball on the left. That ball's up off the foot. Somehow dug off the foot of McNerney, but this is a free ball for the Icemen now. Starkey on the right side, up the chest of McNerney, dug down the line, but another free ball. Where does Thomas go with this one? Bultice in the middle is dug by Bulava. Great chance now for Swede. Neese blocked and not able to be covered. Wow, a crazy point. An amazing defense by libero Scott McNerney, number 4 in black for Swede, but unfortunately they're not able to turn any of those into legitimate swing chances. Still some pretty special defense and some momentum generated early. Starkey to serve, rotation 1 received now from Swede. Sageman and Neese switched on the wings. And that ball takes down the antenna on a fly. We'll fix that one really quick. That red and white antenna that's attached to the net is immediately out of bounds if a ball hits it. But it takes some ball speed to straight up knock one of those things off the net. I'm honestly kind of impressed. The Chicago Icemen outside hitter position definitely going to be a topic of conversation this weekend. No Dave Hancock, not available with a knee injury, and no Kyle Overby either, just out of the picture for this weekend alone. And Austin Neese dials up a service ace on Colin Merck, one of the very best liberos in the league. Unable to get underneath that one, and some early service pressure for Swede. 3-1 early on first set. We played best 3 out of 5 sets first 4 sets to 25. More service pressure. Starkey handles that one beautifully. Richard slowed down by a block touch, but Nice can't chase it down. That's an excellent piece of first ball side out offense from the Chicago Icemen. Number 7 in dark blue, Lewis Richard, 2-time national champion at Long Beach State in 2018 and 19. Now living in Chicago, gets his first kill of the match. Oh, look at that, ace serve. Wow, Zach Bultice, the young middle blocker out of Carthage, only 22 years of age, by far the youngest member of the Icemen team, and not known as one of their most threatening servers, but he puts one in between McNerney and Nice there, confuses them, and gets that break point from a few points ago right back. Three apiece here early on. Tricky ball for Sageman on the right side. He's blocked by Sawicki. Pretty nice play by Bultice to keep it alive. Sageman, excellent footwork to get his feet inside of that ball. Takes a rip at that tight set cross court and puts it away. Nice scramble by both teams there. Good defensive play by Bultice for the Icemen. And good block coverage for Sweed to turn that into an offensive chance. Wow, that ball is... What's the call here? That ball looked inbounds. Nope, called out of bounds long, just barely, on the serve of Mike Boduk. That serve had no spin on it whatsoever. Definitely missed contact, and it looked like he almost got away with it, but out of bounds is the call. It's 4 apiece. Colin Hackworth, the outstanding Iceman opposite, back to serve. One-on-one generated by Smith. Excellent block touch by Richard. Hackworth in transition is dug. Sageman outside the antenna, somehow keeps it in play, but Thomas is there. Hackworth again, tipped down the line. Easy play for McNerney. Nice in transition is stuffed by Sawicki. The Icemen block, camping out to shut down that pipe attack in transition. Nice read, understanding that Sageman wasn't going to be an option on the right side. Sawicki and Richard all over it. Really good defense by both teams here early on. I like that level of energy that it's bringing. And here's Hackworth again. Not great contact on that serve either, but now a very tricky ball for Sageman against 2 blockers. Sawicki slows it down. Now Hackworth will take an out-of-system swing. Blocked by Sageman and covered. Excellent block touch by Sawicki again. Back and forth we go. Into the block, covered again. And did Belanzik touch that ball? No, he didn't. Sawicki going for that swipe off the fingertips. Pretty crazy back and forth rally there, won by Sweed. So Sweed gets Hackworth off the service line. Now Sageman, the opposite, number 27 in orange out of Northwestern, serving with both setters in the front court on both sides. Excellent pass by Merck as usual. One-on-one for Richard, tipped down the line and off the fingertips of Smith. Yeah, definitely touched by the Sweed block there. Good choice by Lewis Richard, one of the smartest attackers you'll see anywhere in the league. Sees the block in the court extremely well and has got a full complement of shots in his offensive toolbox. Float serve here, working on Bulava. Give and go high into the hands of Sawicki, and the late middle blocker can't quite keep that block touch inside the sideline. Bulava back to serve, 6'7" outside hitter, 30 years of age, out of Purdue. Outstanding former collegiate club player. Nice service pressure. Richard gets underneath it. Sawicki in the middle is blocked and covered. Starkey waits, chops it down the line. Back to the Icemen, handled by Merck on the free ball. Richard out of the back row. And a diving block by Nice, can't keep it in play. I love that set choice in transition by Sunil Thomas. Keeping the Swede block guessing. And 7-6 Icemen here early. Scott Sawicki back to serve. MVP of last year's Central Division Cup tournament, in large part because of the damage that he did from the service line. Nice pass by Bulava. Nice, dug by Starkey. Richard chases it down. This will be difficult to keep in play, and Hackworth can't. Okay, Swede gets a bit of a break there. Would have had a free ball anyway. Really nice swing by Austin Neese, challenging the block of Bultice cross court. And now Bolandzik, Tall Paul as they call him, 7 feet tall, tallest player on any VLA roster, back to serve. Ace serve, wow, float service race right in the seam. Interesting, a couple off-speed serves, giving the Icemen some problems right now. That one perfectly located right in between Richard and Merck. I expect to see those guys communicate a little better on those seam responsibilities. 8-7, Sweed takes the lead, Bolandzik here again. Merck working to his sideline, excellent pass, and Thomas feeds Bultice, who's up quick in the middle. And something I was really impressed by from Zach Bultice 2 weeks ago in his VLA debut was the maturity of the routes that he was running in the middle. Really some technical stuff, running some different approach paths and jumping laterally just to try and create separation against blockers. And the connection with both of his setters looked very good. Excellent pass from Bulava against Thomas, and one middle attack deserves another. Big Mike, as they call him, Mike Boduk, number 23 in orange, former VLA champion with the Chicago Icemen in 2021, now playing for Sweed for the 3rd season. That is an awesome swing there and a brilliant feed from Jordan Smith from a little bit off the net. Flicked all the way to the right side to Starkey. That is somehow brought back by Neese. Way to find that ball up in front of his head. Bulava takes a swing out of the back row. Richard is there. Now Hackworth rolled over the top, and a diving McNerney can't quite get there in time. That is a high degree of difficulty swing for Colin Hackworth to even find where that ball is. High up into the rafters over his right shoulder, and he hits a good off-speed shot to get the Icemen out of rotation 1. Some fun volleyball here early by both teams. That ball clipped McNerney on its way out of bounds. Caught him in the shoulder. Couldn't quite get out of the way in time. Ace serve for Dan Starkey in the stat sheet. And that serve definitely was going out of bounds, but McNerney not quite in time to make the read to get out of the way. Icemen retake the lead 10-9. Excellent pass by Bulava again. Boduk again in the middle. More good setting from Jordan Smith. Confidently flicking that ball in fast. It's a big Mike on that gap set. I love it. Highest percentage play in volleyball is middle blocker attacking against a one-on-one. Here is Neese. Had an ace his last time around. Cuts that one short against Starkey. That is such a good shot. What an awesome off-speed shot by Lewis Richard. Low set inside the antenna, and somehow it gets underneath it and tools the block to the outside. I'm not sure how that shot is even possible. Again, an example of Lewis Richard's toolbox of shots. Another middle attack, Boduk. Somehow kept in play by Bultice. Nice chase down. Oh, a miscommunication between Starkey and Thomas. But who is going to send over that free ball? A waste of a pretty good defensive effort. Tied up at 11 here. Big Mike back to serve after what was effectively a kill on that previous swing. Tricky serve. Richard keeps it in play somehow, but basically a free ball here for Sweed. Sageman ripped down the line off the fingertips of the late block of Richard and out of bounds. Nice fast ball there by Smith to the right side, and Sweed takes the lead. Good service pressure by Mike Boduk. And without both of the Icemen starting outside hitters, at least what we expected their starting lineup to be to start the season, Hancock out with injury, Overby unavailable for the weekend. That ball's not even close. Not good hand contact there from Boduk, but reception and reception chemistry is going to be a thing that I'm looking to watch. Richard, Starkey, and Merck. That's the trio tasked with passing the ball for the Icemen in this matchup. We've seen them let a couple go so far. Pretty good pass by Neese. Excellent cover by McNerney, but a free ball here for the Icemen. Richard tipped over the top. Smith makes a pretty good play. Now Bulava with an out-of-system swing. Cross court is dug by Merck. Richard somehow through the block of Bolanczyk and Sageman. I don't know how that ball got through. But an impressive scrap there by the Icemen. Digging a couple balls and turning them into transition swings. 13-12. Back and forth we go here in the first set. Excellent pass by Nice again. Bolanczyk slowed down in the middle. Perfect touch by Sawicki. Sawicki in transition on the back one is kept alive, but a free ball here. Oh my goodness, what a block by Sageman. Massive one-on-one move to shut down Lewis Richard. And the celebration a match, biggest stuff block of the match so far, and Sweed needed it. That was electrifying. Sageman is way over the net on that one. High and across. And now he goes back to serve. See if he can control the adrenaline, keep this ball in play. Perfect pass by Merck as usual. Hackworth down the line though, missed it out of bounds long. Okay, unforced error off a perfect pass. (14-13) Sweed. Again, back and forth we go. Fun volleyball here to set the tone for the weekend. Excellent pass by Starkey. Recycled off the block by Richard. He'll get a second swing here against two blockers. Heats up Nice in the back row and puts it away. That is such a good individual play by number 7 in dark blue. First chance, sees four hands in front of him. Intentionally tips it softly into the block to get it back on his side. And then the second chance, sees an opening and takes a rip. That's some high-level stuff. Ooh, short serve causing some problems, and I think a miscommunication there between Bulava and Nice results in a float service ace. I love that mix-up there from Richard. Wouldn't be surprised at all either here to see him now try and drop one over the passers' heads. You can see how far forward in the court Bulava is standing, trying to hand pass this ball. Oh no, another short serve and another good one. Wow, what an awesome swing by Chris Bulava. Cross court inside two blockers when everybody in the gym knew the ball was going there. Put it away anyway in front of Colin Merck. That was pretty fun to watch. 15 all. Who's going to separate here midway through set number 1? Excellent pass by Merck. Perfect. Oh man, just fantastic run from Thomas to Sawicki. I love watching both of these setters. Both of these guys, well, just really good setters in general. A strength of theirs is being able to find the middle from imperfect positions. I'm really impressed by both Thomas and Smith having confidence to chuck the ball to the middle from positions other than that ideal reception spot. One middle attack deserves another. Bolanczyk that time found some space between the blockers, put it away easily, and all four middle attackers on both teams hitting at a very high efficiency right now. And Bolanczyk back to serve. Remember, he had that ace last time. He kind of went at Merck towards the sideline. Let's see where he goes here. Ace serve again. Oh my goodness, right on cue. Right through Starkey's hands. Both teams having some success float serving the ball. That's an interesting development. Kind of an identity of both of these teams generally is jump, spin, serve, firepower, but it's sort of that knuckleball effect having more success right now. Better pass there from Starkey, but he's out of system against two blockers and puts it away anyway. Excellent bailout swing by number 9 in blue. And you saw Paul Bolanczyk there playing deep defense in position 6. Unable to handle it. Now Thomas back to serve. Tie game. Every break point here, every point on serve magnified significantly. Perfect pass. Nice hangs and sees that space down the line. Exploits it easily. That is as smooth of a first ball side out as you're going to see anywhere. Perfect pass, 4 attacking options. And an unstoppable shot. Track that volleyball down, and Austin Nice No, excuse me, it'll be Jordan Smith back to serve. Ooh, float service error. We're trying to work on Richard's hands. But he missed it out of bounds long. Now Starkey had that ace last time that clipped McNerney in the shoulder on its way out of bounds. Tough pass. Smith able to rescue it. One-handed feed to Nice is dug by Hackworth. Pretty easy transition chance here. Sageman, not much approach, but he hits a good swing. Nice high flat shot off the block, I think, of Bultice, and out of bounds sort of by the scorer's table. And now a substitution here on the Icemen side, a substitution that I like. Enrique Barajas, number 1 in dark blue, a backup libero, in for Dan Starkey, who's going to play this whole backcourt rotation to pass the ball and play defense. Perfect pass there by Merck. Oh my goodness, what a block. Bultice stuffed straight down, one-on-one. Big Mike all over that. Outstanding read. And the first time I think any of the middle attackers have really been shut down on either team. That is a massive momentum building point too, 20-18 off of a perfect pass situation. Now Nice can go after this one. Barajas is underneath it. Oh, what a play by Thomas. Just awesome extension. Gets up as high as he can in a one-handed set just in time before that ball was about to cross over to the Sweed side. Amazing rescue from the Icemen setter, and now another substitution. The captain and founder of the franchise, Tim Faulkner, off the bench as a service specialist for Bultice. He was really effective in this role 2 weeks ago. And now trailing by 1, needing something pretty special from Faulkner right here. Decent pass by McNerney. Oh, but a nice deep cross-court swing by Sageman, kind of flat without much spin. Very hard ball to dig. And so Faulkner will go to the bench, and now a service substitution in on the Swede side. Number 22 in orange, Parker Swartz, the backup middle blocker out of Ball State, with one of the most unique and one of the nastiest serves you'll see anywhere in the league. Just a very unique hybrid, low toss, sort of a unique run-up. Comes out with some weird spin. Richard handles it really nicely there. Hackworth blocked by Bulava and covered. Richard blocked by Sageman and covered. Richard again, what a dig by Swartz. Oh, but right on top of the net and thrown down by Scott Sawicki. Good volleyball there from both teams. Parker Swartz, the middle blocker, turned service specialist, playing some defense. But it's not quite enough, and the Icemen are within 1. Hackworth with a pretty important serve right here. Excellent pass by McNerney. Sageman slowed down by a block touch, but the defense for the Icemen not there to pick it up. And that block from Mike Boduk about 4 or 5 points ago is still the difference right now, 22-20. The Icemen need perfect side out and a break point from somewhere. All the pressure on the far side right now, and now even more so. What a serve by Isaac Sageman. Just perfect. Perfect hand contact, a little bit of wrist away tail off the edge of the diving Barajas' I think one-arm stab attempt, but that, I don't know if anyone in the league is passing that serve. That was perfect at a perfect time. 23-20 Swede, looking to take their first set of the year from their crosstown rivals. Ooh, I like that change of pace. Just misses the sideline, but the damage definitely done by Sageman in that rotation. That service ace was enormously important. So now Starkey back into the front court, an outside hitter for the Icemen. 21-23, the Icemen on the serve of Lewis Richard need 2 break points. Sageman out of the back row, dug by Richard. Hackworth in transition, deep cross court is dug. Ooh, Nice wasn't ready for that pipe set. Now Thomas to Starkey. Did he get the fingertips? He was looking for it, but no touch called. And not a lot of argument from the Icemen bench. That tells me generally that call is probably correct. Set point Swede. That was about as good of a chance as the Icemen could have asked for to grab a point on their serve. Now it's Bulava serving for the set, 24-21. Good pressure. Hackworth against 3 blockers, nice stab. Sageman for the set, accelerates, but Richard is there. Hackworth to stay alive, and he does. Nice shot down the line. Off the fingertips of Nice, and McNerney unable to dig it. So 1 set point saved, 22-24, and look who's back to serve. If there is one man who can rip 2 aces and get the Icemen to overtime here, it could be Scott Sawicki. Set point Swede. 1 side out, and the set is theirs. Keeps that serve in play. Very good pass. Nice for the set. Slowed down by Bultice, but blocked out of bounds, and that will do it. The Chicago Swede playing a home game. This is their home gym. They practice on this court. And for the first time this season, Swede takes a set off their crosstown rivals. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is what we call a tone setter. That is a tone setter. What an awesome first set by these 2 Chicago teams. I know Swede couldn't be more hungry after dropping 6 sets, and then there was 2 very competitive matches, but they did go 0-6 in sets against the Icemen 2 weeks ago. Swede understands that they have a statement to make this weekend in this division, and the Icemen are the team to chase. So excellent start for them, and the Icemen, not bad volleyball, but playing against a team that is very good and very hungry right now. So storylines continue to develop. This is going to be a super fun weekend of volleyball. We've got volleyball going on literally everywhere nationwide in the VLA right now. If you tuned in last night, you saw the East Division regular season kickoff. Just an awesome 5-set banger of a match between the Boston Bounce and the Northeast Force at the Mohegan Sun event in Connecticut. I think Bounce won that one 17-15 in the 5th. So that was awesome. It's good to see that division kick off. They'll be back in action later this afternoon. We've got the Central Division here in action outside Chicago. And we've got a bunch of Tier 2 volleyball going on too. I think the Southside XP on the south side of Chicago are hosting a Tier 2 event. I think there's an event going on in Louisville, Kentucky this weekend. There might be an event going on in Colorado. I'm not sure. I'm not kidding when I say this might be the busiest day of volleyball in the history of the VLA. Just the growth of the league all coming together in one beautiful day, all the chaos right here on YouTube where you can watch every one of these games. So we love it. It's awesome to watch, and stick around for this one. This should be a really good rest of the match and the Chicago crosstown rivalry. I want to encourage everyone to check out all the links in the description. We got a brand new website for the VLA this year. It's got all sorts of good information, and encourage everyone to pick up a membership, a membership subscription to the VLA YouTube channel. $1.99 a month will get you access to every single match live. I'll make sure I put that link in the live chat. It's also in the description. Just generally let me know in the YouTube live chat if you have any questions or if everything looks and sounds okay, or just who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. But definitely encourage everyone to pick up a membership. That's how not this match, but the rest of the matches all weekend will be they'll be public for a set, and then we'll switch them to members only access. So that's how that's going to work. Just about ready for set number 2 action. Let's get to it. Icemen now on the near side. That is a scramble play on. Hackworth sends it over. Pretty good chance for a break point here for Sweed to start set number 2, and Sageman delivers. Off the blocker, Richard, and out of bounds. No lineup changes for either team, predictably. Both teams playing at a pretty high level. Richard rolled. Smith makes a good read. Nice takes a swing. I think that was going out of bounds. Played by Starkey. Now Richard cross court is dug by McNerney. Right on the net, though. Thrown down with 2 hands by Bultice, and the dig from, I think, Smith goes out of bounds. Good scramble play there, and a necessary win for the Icemen. You see them kind of getting together in the middle of the court. trying to just settle themselves down a bit. A couple of these scramble plays that require that spoken or unspoken communication have looked a little bit out of sync for the Icemen, uncharacteristically. I mentioned that we want to keep an eye on the Richard, Starkey, Merck reception unit and how their chemistry develops. Tight pass, Smith with one hand to Boduk is slowed down by a good block touch. Now Hackworth to make him pay, does. That is such an awesome individual play by Colin Hackworth, helping to block against the opposing middle, getting a slow down touch, and then working hard to get back in transition to be available for Thomas. That is all about effort there from number 23 in blue. That serve missed short by Sunil Thomas. Nice back to serve. I mentioned the second team all VLA last season, but that was with Team Pineapple. Wow, that ball is hammered by Richard on the right side. Brilliant set by Thomas, generated the one-on-one. And at this level, one-on-one should be good night just about every time. And with Richard's vision, he's going to take every chance he can to let that arm fly. Out of system swing coming here from Bulava. Good footwork by Bultice, blocked and covered. Nice high swing. Now Sageman on the backside. Excellent shot. Nice and high, deep cross court. Off the fingertips of the block and in the deep position one corner. You can't do it any better than that. If you're new to volleyball, at least at this level, even though the net is 8 feet high, the game is played at a level so much higher than that. Sageman up well above 10 feet, probably contacting that ball 10 and a half, maybe 10-8, 10-10, close to 11 feet at contact. That's incredible. Here is Bultice. Nice dig. Wow, what a touch by a middle blocker. Sageman off speed. Easy dig for Richard. Great transition look here. And Hackworth tips it through the block of Bulava and out of bounds. What an awesome dig by Zach Bultice. I see everyone in the gym kind of nodding and smiling like, yeah, that's a middle blocker playing defense like that. You love to see it. Love to see it turn into a point as well. Reward him for his efforts. Perfect pass here by Nice. No, not perfect. A little bit too tight. And a disciplined play there by Starkey, the Icemen blocker, to wait until that ball gets to the plane of the net to tap it down. Really productive trip to the service line here by Zach Bultice. I mentioned the youngest player on the Icemen roster. A little bit of commentator's curse there. He misses it out of bounds, but a good run. 4 serving 6 for Isaac Sageman, who had that spectacular highlight reel ace to help push Sweed over the finish line in set number 1. Oh, what a block by Belanzik. What a read as well. Sawicki on that 1 foot sort of drift route in front of the setter running along the net. Belanzik read that the entire way. Amazing block by number 3 in orange, the 7-footer tall paw. Momentum back on the Swede side. Sageman again. One-on-one, and Hackworth through the block of Bulava. Really nice set against the flow by Sunil Thomas. Had Belanzik moving completely the opposite direction. And when you see one attacker against one blocker on the other side, the credit for that belongs to the setter. It is the setter that generates those good opportunities against favorable matchups. Hackworth to serve for the Icemen, 2-point lead. Nice deep swing cross court by Bulava. Speaking of high contact points, that thing was practically on a platter on the top of the antenna. We'll chase down that volleyball. We got a new one in play. Perfect pass by Merck as usual. Big combination to Richard. Love it. I just love that play. One of the prettiest plays in all of volleyball. And kind of the first time used as a legitimate in-system option, and at least inside out for either team. Richard, that position 6 outside hitter, coming flying in out of the back row. Call that the BIC, or the back row quick. Been a staple of the high-level men's game for really going on like 20 years now. Tight pass, a pretty good block touch there by Smith though. Nice cross court, insane angle, lights up Richard, the off blocker defender. Wow, that is 4-4 with some spice. And a huge credit to Jordan Smith too for that block touch. That overpass is typically a point to the attacking team 99 times out of 100. Perfect pass by Richard. Oh, explodes down the line. Lewis Richard is having himself a match right now and just gave Austin Neese a high five across the net. I love that. Punches and counter punches, a heavyweight fight. And Austin Neese for Sweed and Lewis Richard for the Icemen are letting it fly right now. Love to watch that. Nice service pressure there from Sawicki, barely underneath the ceiling, so still alive. Free ball here for the Icemen. Hackworth out of the back row, ripped down the line. Off of Neeson, out of bounds. Credit there to Sawicki for generating the service pressure. Ten serving 7. The Icemen engineering a response to dropping that first set 25-22. Oh, that ball is in. What a touch by Sunil Thomas. Hard to blame Neese for thinking that ball was going out of bounds. But Thomas comes up with the block point on the stat sheet. Timeout Swede, 11-7. Momentum back and forth, currently squarely on the near side of your screen with the team in blue. Out of the timeout, Scott Sawicki serving again. We'll see what Sweed was able to talk about during that break, about how to get this man off the service line. That is a bomb of a serve, handled brilliantly. And right to the middle goes Jordan Smith. Mike Bodick with another kill. What an awesome piece of service reception by Chris Bulava. That was a filthy serve, was moving so weird. And Bulava put it right on top of Smith's head. That is excellent work. Now Smith back to serve. Good blocking rotations here for Sweed. See if they can get any touches to slow down the Sunil Thomas-led offense. And they force an error there. Richard going cross court, missed it out of bounds wide, and no block touch. Good timeout for Sweed so far, has generated 2 points. Haven't seen any setter dumps yet from either team. Thomas in the front row right now could do it if he wants to. That ball is just out of bounds, barely wide on that swing of Hackworth. That's a correct call there. So 3 points in a row off the Sweed timeout. Exactly what they were looking for. See if Thomas goes right back to Hackworth here. Yes, he does. And blasted down the line, an absolute no-doubter. I love that repeat set. And so do hitters. Repeat setting when a setter goes right back to a hitter immediately after he's been blocked or made an error. Just to get him back in the game, keep his confidence high. I know Hackworth appreciates that vote of confidence from his setter, Sunil Thomas. And it paid off. So the run is over, but productive timeout there for Sweed. Now rotation 1 receive against a good short serve there by Thomas. Transition play on. Merck steps in with the bump set and blasted down the line again. Colin Hackworth. What a pickup this man has been for the Icemen. He's played a lot of volleyball all over the country, all over the world. Made his VLA debut with San Francisco. Was all tournament at the VLA Cup all the way back in 2021. He's lived in Chicago for a couple years, battled a couple injuries, now back in full form. As you can clearly see. 13-10 Icemen. Excellent serve and into the ceiling. That is out of bounds. The VLA rule fluctuates about the ceiling depending on what facility we're playing in, but this weekend we've got a good high ceiling here at the Energy facility in Niles. The ceiling is out of bounds, as it is in international volleyball. So ace serve there for Sunil Thomas. 14-10 Icemen. They have taken control back after the Sweed run. Oh, what a serve down the line. McNerney chases it down by the bench but sends it into the side wall. That was vicious, vicious serving. And I was just going to say, just about the only thing that could slow Thomas down right now is a timeout. So Sweed uses their second and final. 15-10 Icemen. And a fun back and forth set number 2. We got a point in the live chat from Vince Zanzuki. Of course, Vince is watching live from Arizona, my co-host on Around the VLA. He says Hackworth is always a good option. Yeah, couldn't agree more. Colin Hackworth is hot right now. So is Sunil Thomas serving. Let's see if this timeout slows him down. 15-10 Icemen after the break. Excellent serve again, but a perfect pass, and Big Mike Boduk off the block and out of bounds. Chris Bulava is passing the ball extremely well. And just a personal note, I mean, I played with Bulava for 4 years in college. He's been one of my oldest friends and best teammates ever. Even I'm a little bit surprised at how perfectly he's passing the ball right now. Got to give him a huge amount of credit. Nice misses that serve out of bounds off the tape and wide. Perfect pass by McNerney off the float serve. Sageman been a little bit quiet lately, but a good swing there, high off the block of Starkey and out of bounds. And another service substitution. We saw it in the first set. Parker Swartz, number 22 in orange, off the bench to serve, needing to generate a run. Different situation this time now, Sweed trailing by 4. But Swartz, one of the most productive servers in the league in the early part of this season, right on cue, and a serve shanked by Richard into the wall. Really one of the most unique serves I've ever seen. Parker Swartz with this low toss and sort of a unique run-up where he steps across himself in his approach path and hits it with some weird, funky wrist-away spin. And although that one comes up short, oftentimes in sports, weird is good. Make no mistake, I have nothing but huge respect for Parker Swartz's serve. It's unconventional, and teams don't see serves like that, so it's hard to prepare for. And one service sub returned by another. Tim Faulkner off the bench for the Icemen in a service substitute role, number 2 in blue. Not a good pass by Nice. Nice takes a swing out of the back row. Richard is underneath it. Sawicki in the middle in transition, popped through a seam in the block with authority, and a break point generated by Tim Faulkner on his serve. Was just putting together some, going back through the VLA archives, putting together some history, and it's important to remember that in the 2021 season when the Icemen won their second VLA title, this man, Tim Faulkner, was the MVP of the league that year. but he was the setter for the Icemen in his previous role. Nice rip cross court there by Sageman to stop the run. So Faulkner will go back to the bench. 14-18 is the hole right now for Sweed. Still plenty of time, but you got to start putting on some service pressure right here. Excellent pass by Richard. Inside ball to Hackworth. Did he get the block touch? Yes. Touch by Bulava on the outside arm. That's a really nice adjustment. Pretty rare or poorly located ball there from Thomas. I think that ball slipped through his hands a little bit and didn't get all the way to the antenna. But Hackworth adjusts, and now he goes back to serve. Bulava against three blockers, somehow gets a good deflection. I think off of Starkey's left hand. Nice break there for Sweed to get a first ball side out kill against a three-man block. Now Bulava back to serve. Beautiful pass by Starkey. Recycled off the block. Now Starkey again, a little bit outside the antenna, but he figures it out. Somehow underneath, I think, the left arm of Bolanczyk. Now Starkey back to serve. I'm wondering if, I'm looking at the Swedes sideline. I think they're getting ready for either a serve sub or a defensive sub. But first they got to get Starkey off the service line. 20-15, the Icemen with a chance to really put the nail in the coffin here in this second set. Nice, good touch by Thomas, dug by Starkey. Richard in transition, that is probably should have been called a lift, but fell on the Swedes side anyway. Nice block defense by the Icemen there. You see Starkey's defensive positioning. He's practically playing defense outside the court. That is where you need to be at this level to run down those high hands block touch swings. Perfect pass by Bulava. Nice off a pretty good touch. This is still alive. Free ball Sweed. Sageman out of the back row, down the line. Sort of a Langle shot. Impossible to defend that. Outside the block, but way inside the sideline. And Eric Krizak, the normal starting libero for Sweed, comes off the bench as a service specialist for Bolanczyk, but he misses that float serve out of bounds down the line. And that is not a miss that Sweed could afford. Now down 22-16. It looks quite a bit like we might be headed for a 1-1 tie here. Wow! Ace serve, Scott Sawicki. That was nasty. That thing moves so far from side to side, that right to left hook spin, as you see it on your camera, just dove. Started on Bulava's midline, then took a hard left turn. That was disgusting. 23-16 now. This set's pretty much over, in my opinion. Tight pass, and Richard taps it down. Smart vision there. Sawicki doing some damage. Now set point for the Icemen. Sweed is out of timeouts. There is nothing they can do to stop this. 24-16, we are almost certainly headed for a 1-1 tie. Can Sawicki end it in style? Well, you take the good with the bad. Richard will have a Mikasa tattoo on his upper back after that one. But he shakes it off. One set point saved. If you really know your VLA history, one play comes to mind. It was a Scott Sawicki back in 2021, a regular season match in Buffalo, where he hit a ball that might literally still be in orbit as we speak. So he's had some service lowlights in the past, but that definitely comes with the highlights. And on that play, Jordan Smith with the float serve forces the overpass. So another set point saved by Sweed, and trying to string some points together and put some momentum in place as we head into set number 3. Richard for the set, deep cross court, and down off the Bulava defensive effort. So that will do it. A very impressive set number 2 response by the Chicago Icemen. They take it 25-18, and we are all tied up 1 set apiece. Best of 3 from here on out with a lot on the line. All right, everyone. Yeah, this is the match that we came to see. This is one of the very best and most featured matchups that we love to promote in the VLA. Not only is it a crosstown rivalry, but these 2 teams, the Icemen and Sweed, are legit, as you can clearly see. So best of 3 from here on out. Next to win 2 sets, we'll take the match, and it's going to be important for the standings as we do everything in the VLA. International point standing scoring, sort of the way it works. If you win a match in 3 or 4 sets, you get 3 points in the standings. If you win a match in 5, you get 2 points. If you lose a match in 5, you get 1 point. It's sort of like you get full points for winning a match in regulation, so to speak, in 3 or 4 sets. But if it goes to overtime, which is sort of like the 5th set tiebreaker, even the losing team still gets a point there. So that really matters a lot for the standings. And looking at the standings here, I mean, the Icemen, after going 4-0 in week 1, 4-0 with 11 points. Sweed 2-2 with 6 points. So they've got some room to make up here in the Central Division standings. I encourage you all to go check out the website, volleyballleagueofamerica.com. There's a link in the description for the brand new, newly redesigned VLA website this offseason. There's a link to the standings that are always live updated. You can check on how all the teams are doing, where they stand compared to their division, where they stand compared to their entire tier, including the Tier 2 and the women's divisions. So go give that a look, but that's the stakes these next couple sets. It's not only is it important to win matches, but there is a difference if you can win it in 4 versus winning a match in 5. You get that extra point that could be massive when it comes down to who makes the playoffs at the end of the year. Last year, as a matter of fact, it did come down to the margin of 1 point. So every point in every regular season match matters a lot. So teams are back out on the court for set number 3. We'll check them out, see any lineup changes, and we'll be back to action here in just a minute. Set number 3 ready to go. Rob St. Clair live just outside Chicago for the crosstown Chicago rivalry. Icemen versus Sweed. Sunil Thomas for the Icemen on the far side. Gets us underway, and a missed connection there in the middle for Sweed results in a transition chance. And a nice swipe off the block and out of bounds. Lewis Richard picking on the slightly shorter blocker in Jordan Smith. Thomas again had that just devastating run of service midway through set number 2 that really helped the Icemen win that one. Nice high swing off the inside hand of Bultice. Smith back to serve. Founded this Swede team all the way back, I think in about 2016, maybe 17, long before the VLA. This team has been around for a while. And that swing by Richard on the right side, he was trapped and somehow found his way out of jail off the block of Neeson out of bounds. But it's been really cool to see the evolution of both of these teams. I mean, just personally, me being from Chicago, These two teams have been a really important part of the Chicago volleyball community for a long time, since long before the VLA has existed. Nice dig by Richard there against the middle blocker. Hackworth in transition, off the block and out of bounds. Fantastic block defense by the Chicago Icemen. Getting those transition chances against an opposing middle attack is difficult and rare. And Hackworth took advantage. Wow, beautiful swing down the line by Austin Neese. Sort of showed cross court with his shoulders. And wrist away, inside out swing down the line. That is beautiful. Neese back to serve. Comes up just short on that one. Bull Tice back at the line here for the Icemen has actually done some really good work on defense. And that ball stabbed at by Richard, but Starkey won't be able to take a swing. Free ball here for Sweed. Where does Smith go? To Boduk in the middle. Nice touch by Sawicki. Oh, a kick cover. What a play by Starkey to keep that alive. Now Sageman is blocked by Sawicki. Richard makes the defensive play. One of the best rallies of the match right here. Hackworth over the top and down. What a play by both teams. Dan Starkey with the kick cover. The defenses are everywhere. These guys are putting their bodies on the line. Lewis Richard in position 6 for the Icemen in particular was in the right spot just about every time in that play. And another break point on the serve of Bull Tice. Not a good pass there. And that ball is into the ceiling by Neese, yes. Up into the rafters. Man, who would have thought Zach Bull Tice being one of the very best servers on this Icemen team? Super productive in his service rotations and an explosive start for the Icemen to this third set. 6-2, early timeout for Sweed. Down by 4, they take their first. Out of the timeout, Bull Tice continuing to serve. Another tricky one. It's shanked by McNerney. Ace serve, Zach Bull Tice again. This float serve giving Sweed fits right now. He's locating it nicely too, trying to split the gap between Neese and McNerney, and now we'll see how the Sweed serve receivers kind of shift their starting positions. Similar serve, handled better. Bulava ripped cross court, ball comfortably inbounds. Really nice deep cross court swing again by number 10 in orange. Here is Big Mike. Could use a service run right here. That's a good one. Richard tipped out of the back row. That play is made, but couldn't be kept alive. I like that choice from Richard, even with no block up in front of him. Off speed on the Bic is a very underrated option, in my opinion. Scores at a really high rate. Here's Hackworth. Beautiful pass by Bulava. Sageman is rejected. Oh, sort of an unlucky break there. I think that ball was on its way out of bounds, and it just happened to clip Sageman before it hit the floor. But Sawicki and Starkey were all over that. That's 4 hands smothering all the angle options there from Sageman. What a start for the Icemen in this third set, 9-3. Make it 9-4 on the service error there, but this is a test of Swede's ability to respond emotionally. They drew first blood against their crosstown rivals. Now it's 1-1, and they've got a hole to climb out of in this third set. Nice pressure. Handled brilliantly by Merck. Back one to Sawicki is rejected. Wow. More really good blocking by Sweed against Scott Sawicki and the mix-ups that he likes to run on offense. Saw Bolanczyk with the stuff block against that sort of post run earlier, and that time on the one-footed back one, both Bolanczyk and Bulava were there. Here's Sageman again. More good service pressure. Free ball here for Sweed. Knees tipped out of the back row and swatted back by Sawicki. I think there was a bit of a traffic jam there. I like the set choice to the Bic for sure, but I think Nice had some of his teammates in his way, so he wasn't really able to take a swing. That's just a tough break. 10-5, Starkey back to serve for the Icemen. Good looking serve down the line, but it misses a couple tiles wide. Now Bulava's turn. Nice serve by Bulava right into the seam, but handled perfectly. However, a rare error from Colin Hackworth, turning that ball cross court this time out of the back row and just missed the sideline. Hackworth, just in my experience watching him, is definitely more of a line hitter. He really likes to keep his shoulder high and put his thumb down. So if you can force him to hit cross court, you might have a little bit more success. And more good service pressure there from Bulava. Icemen scrambling, and I think Paul Bolanczyk will get credit for a block there. And all of a sudden, this is a 2-point set. Chris Bulava serving, trying to pick on Dan Starkey in position one. He's had some success. Goes back there again. Richard, step close and slam. Nice hard deep swing there. And footwork to get his feet to the ball. Here is Sawicki. Anything is possible with this serve. Could see aces, could see his teammates getting crushed, anything in between. That one forces an overpass. Now a great look in transition. Hackworth out of the back row, making that block look invisible. Unstoppable swing there for number 23 in blue. There's such a high contact point. Hackworth every bit is 6'9", the 31-year-old from Columbus, Ohio. Teammates with Sawicki and Kyle Overby at Lindenwood, playing in the MIVA back in college. No luck there for Sawicki. Bolanczyk back to serve. Swede trails by 3, and I'm looking at both sidelines. I'd give it 5, maybe 8 or 10 more points total. We're going to start seeing some of those serving substitutions, some of those defensive substitutions that we've seen for the first 2 sets. And that is not a good service error at all by Bolanczyk, a float serve long that had no chance. Here is Thomas, 4-point Icemen lead, looking to extend. Nice pressure. And Smith has no chance, runs out of time. Ace serves Sunil Thomas again. That ball sort of trapped in the netting kind of next to our court. We'll have to figure out how to get that thing back. And as Thomas is about to go serve again, we have Sweed calling their second and final timeout. Been pretty intentional with the way they've been using these timeouts just to slow down dangerous servers. So 14-9 Icemen. This is Sweed's last chance to get back into this third set. Wow, what a serve by Thomas out of the timeout. Nice sends it over. Great looking transition. Hackworth, what a dig cross court, but not going to be kept in play. There is a devastating angle shot from Colin Hackworth. That was on its way inside the 10-foot line. So the timeout does not slow down Sunil Thomas. You can't ice the Iceman. 15-9. Sweed needs an answer right here, right now. Ooh, I like the changeup. Bulava is there, though. Boduk in the middle, not great hand contact. And Bultice picks up that dig from Merck, but sends it out of bounds. So a break there for Sweed. We'll see if they can take it and run with it. One-on-one, Hackworth through the block of Sageman again. More good setting from Sunil Thomas with help from Bultice pulling the middle blocker away. Rotation one been no problem really for either team. I've been impressed with how well they've been able to side out in that one rotation where the outside hitter on the opposite switch. And here it is for Sweed. How are they going to handle this? Ooh, that ball a little bit underset, I think, to Boduk. Never got high enough for him. And with some side spin, that one misses out of bounds, no touch. 17-10 Icemen. And no more timeouts for Sweed. This will be difficult to come back from. Ooh, there's going to be something called there, and back row attack is the call. So Sweed, Jordan Smith, the back row setter for Sweed, had to go get that ball before it even got to the plane of the net, and Starkey, with good discipline and timing, went up and got it first. There's a good first ball side out. Boduk in the middle, able to put it away off the fingertips. But 11 serving 18 is going to be difficult to come back from. Going to take some pretty special work serving. Slowed down by the tape. Richard is there. Starkey off the block down the line and out of bounds. Oh, wait a minute. I think net violation is going to be the call. Oh, I don't know if I agree with that. Maybe it was in the bottom of the net after Starkey landed before the ball was down. That's kind of the only thing I can think of, but Sweed catches a break there. Nice is going to get to keep serving. And the score at 12-8. More good service pressure. That ball into the antenna before it touched the block. That ball was passed just the tiniest bit too tight. Thomas did everything he could to get up and get two hands on that. set a little bit too far outside for Hackworth, I think. So credit to Austin Neese's service pressure. Good one there. Ace serve on the changeup. Look at this service run. It's a 4-point set all of a sudden. And man, that net violation called against Dan Starkey a few points ago that allowed Neese to keep serving was massively important. Timeout Icemen now. 18-14. We've got a ball game here in set number 3. We'll see what sort of answers the Icemen expect to come up with against Austin Neese's serve. They've got Sunil Thomas. Let's see. Is he a front court player in this rotation? No, I don't think so. But still, we haven't seen a single setter dump in this match yet. I'm a little bit surprised. Yeah, it'll be Starkey, Bultice, and Hackworth, the front row hitters on the Icemen side, with Richard an option out of the back row. Step 1, pass this Austin Neese serve. He is serving the ball great right now. Here he is again out of the timeout. Conservative there. Starkey off the block of Sageman and out of bounds. No luck there for Bulava chasing it down. Yeah, I think Bulava might have slipped in his off-blocker defense and contorted his body a little bit weird, so he'll clean up the floor there. (19-14) Icemen. Bultice had that really successful run early in the set, trying to pick on that seam between McNerney and Neese. That's a better pass. Sageman rolled. Nice play by Bultice to pick it up. More middle blocker defense. Sageman dug by Thomas. Starkey rejected by the 3-man block. Boduk and Sageman sealed the net. Bulava there as well. That is a massive 3-man block. 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". 3 big dudes. And now Parker Swartz off the bench to serve again for Sweed. Trailing by 4, needing a run. And it comes up short this time. I like the substitution, though. You got to make a difference somewhere from the baseline. And service sub is a hard job. You're cold, you're on the bench, you're not in the rhythm of the game. You have to come in and try and hit a serve hard and inbounds. Not easy. Bulava against 3 blockers, blocked and covered. This ball is still alive somehow. Actually almost scores. And Sawicki in the middle. Nice job being available. Thomas gives it to him quick over his right shoulder, and he splits the blockers and sneaks it through to the floor on the Swede side. 21-15 now. Swede is out of timeouts. And they trail by 6 with Hackworth serving. A serve. Wow. That one had some weird movement on it too. Dancing side to side and forcing Neese to dive to his right. He shanks it into the Swede bench. Now 22-15. The Icemen can taste blood in the water. Here is Sageman. Green light situation. Nothing to lose here from the service line. He goes for it. Merck makes the play off the tape. Nice set by Thomas, but he's slowed down by a good block touch. Thomas to Hackworth out of the back row. Down the line again. And maybe a diggable ball for McNerney, but that ball had some fire behind it. Now 23-16, Starkey to serve. to get the Icemen one step closer to a weekend opening victory, perhaps. Beautiful pass by Nice. There's a setter dump attempt. Nice read by Richard. Hackworth blocked and covered. Hackworth again against 3 blockers, puts it away. What an awesome swing. And just a great individual effort. I know that block coverage and just out-of-system offense and team, just the whole team being in sync in those plays is something the Icemen have really been working on in practice this preseason and early part of the season. Smart high ball choices, accurate out-of-system setting, and block coverage are really important details at the high level. And even though Starkey missed that first serve, a plethora of set point chances for the Icemen here to go up 2-1. Bulava serving, try and keep Sweed alive. Pretty good pass. Sawicki pounded off the block of McNerney, or off the defense, excuse me, of McNerney, and that will do it. 25-17, Icemen turning it up in a big way in the latter parts of this match. They lead 2-1 over their crosstown rivals, and now the all-important 4th set coming up. Can the Icemen get it done in 4 for full 3 points in the standings? Or does Sweed have an answer to force it to a tiebreaker?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a match we have here. The Icemen in blue lead Sweed in orange 2-1. Set number 4 coming up. Let me get a pulse on the crowd here. Make some noise if you want the Icemen to finish this match out in 4. And make some noise if you want to see set 5. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the all-important set 4 coming up here. Crucial standings points on the line. And I'm looking at the court to see about any lineup changes. None for the Icemen, predictably. And it looks like Sweed's keeping everything the same, as well. And honestly, I don't disagree. It's really has nothing to do with the lineup configuration for Sweed, in my opinion. They've just got to get the Icemen's most dangerous servers off the service line faster. Volleyball, of course, such a momentum-based game. You can really just feel it, especially here in the gym, but hopefully on the broadcast as well. You can really just feel the way momentum ebbs and flows back and forth. And when you get servers like Thomas, Starkey, Hackworth, Sawicki, Bultice, like when those guys get on a roll from the service line, it feels emotionally like there is nothing you can do to slow them down. So that first ball side out execution at an incredible premium for both teams, but for Sweed in particular. Oh, interesting. Parker Swartz actually starts as the first server for Sweed in this set. We'll see if he ends up playing full-time middle blocker or not, but it pays off. He puts the serve in play, and his team gets him a block. Mike Boduk shuts down Lewis Richard. We actually saw Sweed do this a couple weeks ago where Swartz started the set, was the first server, then went to the bench for Bolanzik. Richard in transition, chopped down the line. Sageman is there. Nice swing by Hackworth, but an even better dig. Now free ball Icemen. Thomas wins the joust, but now another free ball. Hackworth blasted down the line again. So yeah, sure enough, Iceman on the board. Parker Swartz goes to the bench, so Bolanzik will be the middle blocker for at least most of the rest of this set. However, given the substitution rules in the VLA, the one-in, one-out thing, international rules for players coming in off the bench, this now enables Sweed to go back and use Swartz later on in the set as another server. Here's Thomas. Tight pass, nice block by Boltice. Full extension there from Smith to get that ball to Mike Boduk in the middle, but Boltice full extension as well. Reaches with the right hand to shut him down. Nice block one-on-one. Thomas serving again. Bulava out of the back row. Pretty good touch by Richard. Chance in transition. Boltice again. Nice setting from Sunil Thomas. The middle in transition. Such a good option. And huge credit to Boltice for working hard enough to land after his block jump, get off the net, and get up in transition to be available. That is what it's all about for a middle blocker at this high of a level. And the trust from Thomas knowing that Boltice is going to be there. 3-1. Ooh, change-up serve. Thomas didn't like that one from the get-go. So first test of rotation one here in the fourth set for the Icemen. Hackworth on the left, Richard on the right. Richard, one-on-one, hammered cross-court again. Another one-on-one setup. The middle blockers for Sweed just have no answer for what Sunil Thomas is doing with the Icemen offense right now. Nice high shot. Really good shot by Isaac Sageman. Off the fingertips of the block and out of bounds. Nice back to serve. Nice did have that run. Sweed was already down by a good bit, but in that third set, he gave him some life. No luck this time, though. Tough pass. Oh, what a dig by McNerney. Sageman against three blockers is slowed down. Starkey, deep cross court. What a good swing that is. Around or maybe even over two blockers and out of the reach of a diving Austin Neese on defense. That is really good stuff, especially being really the only offensive option in that out-of-system transition play. 6'3" Iceman, Boltice to serve. Swede's got to side out first ball in this rotation here. Sageman, another good high swing. Off the hands of Starkey and out of play. Isaac Sageman having himself a match right now. Very efficient. Ooh, Pretty good pass by Richard. I'm not sure if that serve was going in bounds or not. Hackworth on the right side. Enough heat that Smith couldn't handle it. Yet another kill for number 23 in blue. And he'll go back to serve. Just nothing that Sweed has been able to do lately to stop the Icemen offense. Back in that first set, which Sweed won, they picked up a couple aces, a couple stuff blocks. Had the Icemen offense scrambling a little bit. And there's Sawicki protecting himself from Hackworth's serve. And it all comes back around in the end. We saw Sawicki get one of those earlier. Here's Sageman. And teams trading service errors. Here's Starkey. Off the tape and makes Bolanczyk handle it. Nice adjustment there by Sageman. No net violation called. Sweed asking for one. Hackworth off the block gets it back. Sawicki in the middle. Somehow keeps his shoulders open, and Thomas fires it in. And Sweed and Jordan Smith of Sweed is not happy about that. He thought that the Icemen block touched the net in that first swing of the rally from Sageman. No call. 9-5 Icemen. Oh, what a dig by Merck, making Nice look easy. Richard in transition puts it away. Man, we haven't even said Colin Merck's name that much this match because Sweet's been doing a good job avoiding him, which is exactly what you have to do against a libero of that caliber, but that is a good example of the defensive ability of number 3 in light blue. In exactly the right spot, pops that ball up, makes it look simple. And timeout Sweed, trailing by 5. Understanding the importance of this fourth set. You don't get any credit in the standings for only winning one set. You got to get at least 2, and Sweed knows that. Needs something pretty special right here after this break. Oh, interesting. We've got a setter substitution. Number 12 in orange, Jake Snyder, replaces Jordan Smith. Definitely a more physical front court presence. That's where he is right now. Maybe that's what they were talking about. First look at Snyder running the offense. That ball is touched by Sawicki. Swing of Bulava results in a kill. So Jake Snyder, 6'1", 24 years of age, from Mokina, Illinois, by way of St. Ambrose University, the NAIA program in Iowa. Really, really good athlete. And it'll be Snyder's offense, at least for the next couple rotations for Sweed. We'll see if Smith comes back when it's that position's turn to serve. Here is Sawicki. Pretty good pressure, handled nicely by Bulava. Nice, lighten up the outside. That looked like it went straight over the top of the block of Thomas. And nothing Starkey could do, so a good side out there for Sweed. Bolanczyk back to serve. Snyder continues as the front court setter. We'll take all the time we need at any points to clean up the floor. It is pretty humid in this gym. Don't want guys slipping around anywhere. Nice high swing there by Hackworth. Getting his feet to the inside. That ball didn't quite get all the way to the sideline the way he wants it. But he puts it away anyway. That is the name of the game for the opposite at the highest levels. Got to take out the trash, as I like to say. Going to get a lot of imperfect sets in tricky positions against 2 or 3 blockers and have to hit a good shot and score a decent efficiency. It's a hard job. Hackworth's up to it. Oh, tipped into the block. You got to tip that ball pretty high to get over the 6'9" Colin Hackworth. And he throws it back down with 2 hands. That is not what Sweed needed off of a perfect pass. Now Thomas gets to serve again. Wow. Excellent service pressure. And nothing McNerney could do as Snyder loses that joust to Bultice. Apologies that I don't remember, but I'm not sure if Sweed has already used both timeouts or only one. Maybe they've still got one in the bag, and if they do, they might need it if they're unable to side out this point right here. Wow. Into the ceiling, ace serves Sunil Thomas. What a rocket off the right arm of number 5 in blue. Just sensational serving. And that is, Austin Neese is not doing a bad job back there. He's just trying to fight that thing off. Passed it high, would have been in play, but this is a high ceiling and still couldn't contain that ball. More good serving. Amazing pass though by McNerney, and Bulava out of the back row is dug by Merck. Tip takes Sageman out of the offense. Now Neese. Deep cross court and just out of bounds, no touch. That's fantastic work by the Icemen there in that rotation. Richard with a smart shot over the block short makes Sageman the opposite play it from his knees, makes the Swede offense predictable and traps Neese into a difficult swing. It's high-level stuff, really is. It is 16-8. This is not looking good if you're a Swede fan. That'll help though. And it will be Jake Snyder that continues to set before Sweed. He goes back to serve here. He's got a pretty lethal jump spin server when he wants to go for it. It looks like he will. Nice pressure. Forces the overpass right away. And Big Mike with the tap down. That's not an ace serve statistically, but it's the next best thing. You get an overpass like that, that's basically a guaranteed point. And to force that against back-to-back first-team All-VLA libero Colin Merck says a lot about Snyder's serving ability. That one's a lot better. Richard blocked by Neese. That ball did touch the antenna, yes, barely. Yeah, that ball touched the antenna. That ball touched the antenna off the block of Neese. That's absolutely the correct call. Barely touched the antenna. It was a good-looking block. Definitely Icemen point, no question about it. Wow. Neese taking out his frustration on that volleyball right there. That is a no-doubter cross court. Now Neese back to serve. Serving that ball angry right now, and he comes up with an ace and a stare down to follow it up. I like this. This is a spicy rivalry, and I like this. I like the players giving it to each other a little bit. Great service pressure. Sweed needs more where that came from. Overpassed. Neese out of the back row. What a set by Jake Snyder. Austin Neese is taking over this game right now. I didn't think anybody called for a substitution. That is a highlight reel bomb from Austin Neese, and I just love the set choice so much. This is the guy who's bringing your team the fire right now, serving. give him the ball in every opportunity. Hits the change up there. Merck is underneath it. Hackworth against one blocker. Straight down and gives it right back to him. I love this. I love the action through the net, and it's all friendly. Everybody's smiling about it. And credit to our officials, too. Luis Ventura is up on the stand right now. He knows the VLA. He knows the culture. He knows that these guys are doing it in good spirits. Excellent swing there by Bulava. That ball's in. This is what sports is all about right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a crosstown rivalry. These teams aren't supposed to like each other when they play. Definitely like each other off court. The Chicago volleyball community is big but small. Nice pressure there from Boduk. Excellent dig by Nice. Sageman slowed down. Richard with a spinning dig. Now Hackworth again. Nice can't dig it this time. Colin Hackworth having himself a match. And I wish I had his numbers in front of me. His efficiency would be off the charts. And a chance right here from the service line. 5-point lead already. Potential door slamming opportunity for the Icemen. Off the tape and passed by McNerney. Sageman slowed down by a pretty good touch. Richard is there. Starkey in transition is stuffed straight down. Sageman and Bolanczyk combined for the stuff block. Not a bad swing by Starkey, just not really anywhere that he could go. Sweed stays alive, 15-19. Perfect pass by Merck as usual. And effortless, just an unstoppable shot by Colin Hackworth down the line. Really the only thing you can do to stop that is serve tougher. That is the only thing that you can do. So that Hackworth doesn't get all these easy one-on-one block matchup looks. And step one is keep the ball away from Colin Merck. Cannot keep serving that young man. 20-15 Icemen. Just out of bounds. Good dodge there by Nice. Four-point hole for Sweed, running out of chances here to defend home court against their crosstown rivals. Good pressure there, and can't be brought back. That's effectively an ace serve for Chris Bulava. 17-20. This is not over yet. Icemen, I think, still have at least one timeout remaining. Big serve here from number 10 in orange. Keeps it in play. Nice block by Snyder. Great coverage, though. Richard down the line and out of bounds. Just long, no touch. Excellent blocking by Sweed, set it up. We've got a 2-point game now. This is getting interesting. No timeout from the Icemen. Bulava doing a good job serving. Keeps it in play again. Richard off the block of Snyder and out of bounds. Nice set by Thomas. That is a pivotal side out for the Chicago Icemen. 21-18, definitely doable for Sweed here, but you've got to dodge the serve of Scott Sawicki. And they do. They catch a break on the service error. So now we will see kind of what we alluded to at the beginning of the set. Parker Swartz is going to come back in for Paul Bolanczyk. Swartz started the set in this position at serving, but in the middle blocker spot in the lineup. Bolanczyk came off the bench, now back to the bench. Bolanczyk is done for the set. This will be Parker Swartz at middle blocker the rest of the set if he gets back to the front court. That ball is in. Ace serve right on the baseline. Just fantastic work by Sweed managing their lineup such to give a chance for Swartz to serve the maximum number of times. I just really like the way that they manipulated this. It pays off. 2021 1-point game, timeout Icemen. What a clutch serve by Parker Swartz. Out of the timeout, Swartz serving again. Pivotal point right here. Pretty good pressure. Hackworth slowed down. Chance for the tie. Sageman out of the back row. Inbounds on the baseline. Right in front of the Icemen sideline, and they disagree. The Icemen sideline disagrees. That ball is called inbounds. I thought it was in real time. In is the call. No review. Tie game 21-21. What a comeback this has been. That is into the ceiling and out of bounds. Parker Swartz has delivered Sweed the lead. This is crazy. And a defensive substitution is going to come in here. Enrique Barajas, who we saw earlier, I think that was in set number 2 when he came in, to pass and play defense for Starkey. What a performance by Parker Swartz from the service line. Sweed trailed by as many as, I think, 6. Here they are with the lead, 22-21. Great pass by Barajas, fresh off the bench. Down the line, that is out of bounds, outside the antenna. No, excuse me, a back row attack violation. Hackworth stepped on the attack line. It is 23-21 Sweed. This is a crazy run. 5-0 run from 21-18 down. Tough pass by Merck. Hackworth out of system. Deep cross court, and he missed it out of bounds. No touch by Boduk. Not really close to the sideline. Sweed has a set points off a 6-0 run, and Parker Swartz has been the difference serving. What an insane comeback this could be if they complete it. Okay. The service run is over, but set point Sweed now in reception with 2 chances against Sunil Thomas's serve to send us to a tiebreaker. All the drama in the world right here. Serve in play. Snyder Denise for the set. Deep cross court, and he puts it away. The comeback is complete. What a performance for the Chicago Swede. Trailed by as many as 6 and down 21-18. They storm back with a 7-1 run to win set number 4, 25-22. Unbelievable turnaround. And we have a tiebreaker coming up in the first match of the weekend. Sprint to 15. First to 15 wins the match, gets that bonus point. But Sweed right now is feeling themselves, and for good reason. What a spectacular comeback that was. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the good stuff. This is what volleyball is all about. Best 2 words in the sport. Set 5. First to 15, win by 2, wins the match. Crosstown rivalry. Some yelling across the net. An insane set 4 comeback. This match has had everything we could have asked for. And not surprisingly, Sweed in orange on the far side starting us off serving with Parker Swartz, the hero of that 4th set, with one of the great service runs probably in league history. That was that special. Jake Snyder remains in as the setter on the Sweed side, number 12 in orange. No changes for the Icemen. Set number 5 underway. Merck absorbs that serve. Richard slowed down by a very good block touch. Snyder to Sageman, off the block, down the line and out of bounds. Break point for Sweed immediately to start set 5. Not only is Swartz serving the ball great, but the Sweed block and defense is doing a perfect job against this particular Icemen rotation right now. Perfect pass by Merck. And finally, Lewis Richard finds a seam in the block. Finds some free space, and no more damage that Parker Swartz can do, at least for right now. So he'll go to the bench. Belanzik will come in to play the middle blocker spot in a couple rotations anyway. Thomas back to serve, looking for an answer. 1-1, first to 15. Teams will change sides when the first team reaches 8 points. Off the tape and just out of bounds, just barely. I know it didn't touch anyone. I wasn't sure if it caught a piece of the line or not. And out of bounds is the call. Lucky break there for Sweed for sure. Now Snyder back to serve. Excellent pass by Starkey. Hackworth, oh, wow, how did he find that angle? Somehow inside the 4 hands. Nice swing for Hackworth to get Chicago, or the Icemen that is. They're both Chicago teams. Get the Icemen out of rotation 1 immediately. 2-2 for Lewis Richard. Pretty good float service pressure. Boduk tipped in the middle. Merck is there. Hackworth in transition for the lead is rejected but covered. Wow. Lewis Richard taking advantage of the no double contact in the VLA rule, that's for sure. Ball came out with some spin. We will never call that. And Hackworth with the power tip straight down the line. Icemen point, no question about it. We will clean up the floor as much as we need to. If you're new to VLA volleyball, get used to it. We do not call double contacts in this league in overhead setting as long as it is one motion and the ball stays on your team's side. And that rule is going to start becoming more common across volleyball everywhere. Boduk, what a dig by Merck. Starkey sends it over basically as a free ball. Nice down the line off the hands of Starkey and out of bounds. Kind of disappointing for the Icemen there that they didn't get a swing off of that dig by Merck. That was pretty spectacular. 3-3. Austin Neese had his fingerprints all over that 4th set as well. Good service pressure here. Thomas to Starkey against 3 blockers. Good swing. McNerney is there. Neese out of the back row, dug by Richard. Starkey is rejected. Boduk and Sageman are there. Again, we're not going to call a double contact on that because your team does not gain an advantage from it. That set from Hackworth was not good. And Starkey had nowhere to go. Sweed takes the lead. Good serving by Neese. And the changeup. I like that, cutting that one short. That ball not into the ceiling, but it'll be a free ball for Sweed. For the 2-point lead, Sageman one-on-one. Cross court puts it away. Great set by Snyder. The Chicago Icemen find themselves right now in a very unfamiliar position. Trailing in a tie-breaking set, and they do not have the momentum, and they know it. Timeout. Down 5-3. Do the Icemen have what it takes on offense to get these Swede servers off the line? The script has completely flipped. Austin Neese out of the timeout, a 2-point lead. Potentially a huge point right here. And a good timeout by the Icemen. That serve never had a chance. Beautiful. Textbook first ball side out. Bulava off the block of Sawicki and out of bounds. Nice setting by Snyder. Ever since those two key service runs, Neese followed by Swartz in that fourth set, Sweed has just had answers. They've had answers for the things that the Icemen have thrown at them. And another good serve there by Boduk. Somehow rescued, but it falls on the Icemen's side. Nobody sends it over. Oh my goodness. Good serve by Boduk, but the Icemen looked a little bit shell-shocked right now. A little bit similar to how they came out in set number 1 before they kind of established a bit of control. All the credit in the world for Swede for taking that control away. It's 7-4. Way inside on the set to Hackworth. Never really had a chance to take a swing. Bulava down the line. Beautiful shot. Takes the space left by the blockers, and Swede leads 8-4 at the side change. This is spectacular. This is not a timeout. This is just a side switch, but the Icemen are taking some time in the middle of the court now on the far side to figure this thing out. This is a position, seriously, this is not a position you ever see the Chicago Icemen in. Pretty good service pressure again. Hackworth straight down, I think right through the arms of Bulava. And now the Icemen need something from the service line. Oh, that ball has to get dug. Hackworth is there, ball's right in his lap. But Bulava ends up with the kill. 9-5 for Isaac Sageman. It potentially, this is not over yet. This could be a season-defining win for Swede if they can get this over the finish line. No luck there. And now Enrique Barajas is going to come in again for the Icemen to play some defense, but he's going to come in for Starkey to serve. I'm a little surprised they're not letting Starkey serve before this substitution takes place. Barajas, though, a very good defender. Oh, a float service error, a really costly one. Barajas will stay in to pass and play defense, but that is not a serve that you can afford to miss. 10-6 is the score. It's incorrect on your scoreboard right now. 10-6 is the score. Oh, Hackworth took some pace off of it. McNerney is there. Belanzik, though, is dug by Merck. Richards slowed down. Neese dug by Merck again. Right on the net, and Sawicki makes the blocking play. 7-10 is the score. We'll get this score corrected. 7-10. Swede leads, but that was an important play. Faulkner, the founder of the franchise, off the bench with a float serve and an effective one. Nice against two blockers, somehow gets a good deflection off the high hands of Bultice. And now Parker Swartz comes back in off the bench. Will serve and play middle blocker for Belancic the rest of this fifth set. 11-7 Swede. Swartz's serve has been devastating. Ace serve again. No way. You can't even make this up. Parker Swartz off the bench has been the absolute X factor. Timeout Icemen, their second and final. 12-7 Swede. I don't believe what I'm watching right now. I keep talking about this serve. Parker Swartz's serve, one of the nastiest, weirdest, funkiest serves you'll see anywhere, and it has been the difference. (12-7) Swede out of this timeout. The Icemen still with Barajas in as a defensive specialist. Thomas, a front court setter. The Icemen need something special right here. Here's Swartz again. Not a good pass by Merck. Hackworth is stuffed straight down by Boduk again. And more service pressure. It is 13-7. Parker Swartz. What a performance from the baseline. And again, the team cohesiveness, the blocking and defense for Swede to match. 13-7. Richard is rejected again. Boduk with 2 blocks in a row. It is match point Swede. 14-7. And I just can't say enough about the emotional stability, the ability mentally to make this comeback. Swartz for the match, misses it out of bounds. But his job, of course, extremely well done. His teammates are going to give him all the love as he goes to the bench. 8 serving 14, match point Swede. They have 6 chances to side out Sunil Thomas and complete one of the greatest comebacks in VLA history. Ace serve, Thomas. What a performance with his back against the wall. Not over yet. McNerney the victim that time. And timeout Swede, I love this timeout. I think this is an excellent choice. I understand the situation. Swede hoping that Thomas comes out of this timeout and takes a little bit off of his serve to ensure that it's inbounds. That's all that they can ask for. But this is basically 1 versus 6 for the rest of this set. This is Sunil Thomas pretty much on his own against Swede's 6 guys on the floor in this rotation. Of course, the Icemen block defense can have an impact if the ball gets into play. Match point number 3. Good serve. McNerney is there. Nice for the win. Deep cross court, dug by Barajas. Nice again against 2 big blockers is slowed down and gets his own rebound. Nice a third time, off the block and out of bounds. The comeback is complete. The Chicago Swede from down 2 sets to 1, and in the depths in the 4th set make an insane comeback to beat their crosstown rivals in 5, 3-2, 15-9 in the 5th. And Parker Swartz is serving, and Austin Nice's fire all over the place were impossible to miss. What an awesome performance by Jordan Smith and Tyler Boyce's team. They beat their crosstown rivals, the Chicago Icemen, for the first time this season.
You have anyone in particular, or just doesn't matter? It's a big inside.
That was some kind of special performance from the Chicago Sweed. It really was just a special comeback effort. And we're going to get one of their guys to do an interview with us here on the broadcast in just a moment, right after their team meeting. But that I cannot wait to hear what that team has to say about what they just pulled off and who they just pulled it off against. Well, of course, we got to get the team photo first. Got to get the team photo. I love it. These guys are going to celebrate what they just accomplished. That match was awesome, and fortunately for all of us, we don't have to wait very long to see more volleyball. Next match scheduled for 1 p.m. Central. That's less than an hour from now. We might push that back maybe 15 minutes to give all the guys a full chance to get to warm up and get ready for it. But that was a treat. Thank you all for tuning in. Stick around just another minute to come do an interview with us. Oh, man. Scott McNerney, take a seat, my friend. And grab this microphone. Go ahead and talk into it for me.
That was incredible. Holy.
That was incredible. We have a lot to get to about this. Let's start here. You've played for Sweed for how many years?
I honestly can't even count. Probably 6 years. It was obviously pre-VLA.
Yep.
When Sweed was just going to nationals with the boys. So it's probably been 6 years now.
Quickly, where does that match just now rank in your favorite all-time Sweed memories?
Absolute top memory. We've had some good ones, and we've had some wins like that. We've even beat Icemen in the past, but not like that. Like that was, I know it was entertaining. It was fun. It was super competitive, and that's just top of all time.
It's just and that's just what volleyball is all about. That's what the VLA is all about. That's what Chicago volleyball is all about. Crosstown rivals. You can't write a better story. Like Hackworth and Nice giving it to each other in between the net. It was just electric. So I wanted to ask about the fourth set.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the great comebacks in VLA history. How did you guys pull that off, and what were the conversations like as the momentum was starting to tip back in your direction?
I mean, you probably saw it through the second and third set. We were getting down. They were serving so much better than they were the first set, really getting on us. Our serve receive started to break down, which is where we started losing our offensive power. So that fourth set, it started to happen again, and Tyler even said on the bench, we're looking for somebody to start something. And I think you could trace it back to the exact moment that Austin Nice, I think someone started talking to him after he got blocked or hit a ball out of bounds, and he came back with it.
I think it was that ball that he blocked that barely touched the antenna.
Yeah. There was a little bit of jabbing.
And there was. And from my view, I thought it was the right call. I think that ball did touch the antenna, but Austin took it as fuel.
Yep.
And then I think pretty much immediately banged the ball on the right side, served an ace, and then crushed a bick on that free ball, which was one of the most electric plays I've ever seen.
Seriously, and I told him that's the highest I've ever seen him jump. And I played in college with Austin, so I've seen him every single day doing 1,000 jumps. The absolute highest I've ever seen him jump at a ball. Incredible.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
And then talk to me about Parker Swartz.
That's so funny because I was just talking about it. Once again, at IPFW, played against Parker at Ball State. They did that same thing where Parker starts in the game, gets to come in and serve twice. And he obliterated us doing it, and he did it again today. And he does it in practice to us. He does it in warm-ups to us. And it's really nice to see him do it in a game against somebody who just wasn't ready for it.
It's impossible to be ready for that serve. Tell me what is it actually like, that serve in particular? What is it about it that makes it so evil?
It's that hybrid, right? Like,
Yeah.
You've heard of it before. It's the hybrid. It's the combination between a really hard topspin serve, but it has just enough movement and float on it that you can't predict it. In my opinion, passing topspin serves is easiest because it's really predictable with the trajectory of the ball. Not with that. It's coming as hard as he can hit it, and you have no idea where it's going to go. And honestly, sometimes neither does he. All respect.
Respect. Sometimes that's even better. And not only the serve itself, but the clutch factor to come off the bench and in the moments that he delivered those 2 runs.
Yeah.
You guys were down, I think, 21-17 in the 4th.
Wow.
And ripped off 6 points in a row. That was like nothing I've ever seen before. So what is that going to do for what does that prove to you guys about what your team is capable of, pulling off that win against that team in that fashion?
That's a great question because obviously you say crosstown rivalry, but it goes more than that, right?
Oh, yeah.
We play with these guys not when they're on Icemen, when we're not on Sweed, right? We play against you guys in leagues and tournaments and things like that. So we all see Scott Sawicki bounce balls, right? Or really good players like that. So it really it makes us know that we belong where we are at, and really allows us to be like and understand that Icemen doesn't have to be the best team in Chicago.
They don't have to. And right now, they're not. You just they all still in the standings. You still got some room to catch up with them, but that team is not invincible, and you just proved it.
Yeah.
And that has to feel absolutely awesome.
Feels good. I'm still buzzing.
Good. You should be. Scotty, congratulations. Amazing show that you guys just put on. And somehow I hope you guys can figure out how to play another match in like an hour.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I think Eric's playing for me, so I think I'll be on the bench riding this one out.
Good. Good for you, buddy. Awesome job. Congrats.
Thanks, man. Love you, brother. Go Sweed. Let's go.
Go Sweed. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. That was electric. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back. I think we'll confirm start time. I think we might do 1:15 p.m. Central start time. So that's right an hour from right now for Team Pineapple versus Sweed. That'll be our next match. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for watching VLA Volleyball. See you soon. Who? Oh yeah, he was great. He was great. He blocked a bunch of balls there late.